So once you have your document set up inside Premiere, we need to import our files, and you can either double click inside this project window down here or go to File and Import. And I'm going to navigate to my folder, and notice that it should have if you're in Windows, it should have the folder that you're working in at the top. I'm going to navigate to videos, and I can select all of them at once and say open. And it'll import them in. It may take a second depending on how many files you have. And you'll see them loaded into this window here. I think by default, it'll be in the icon view, which is this button down at the bottom, or you have the list view. Icon view allows you to see a preview. And when you hover over the video, you'll see the entire scrubbing through of the beginning to the end. And so I've got a bunch of clips here that we're going to combine together just into a short little bit. If you double click on a clip, such as this one, this is of a video of cliff jumping in Italy, you can scrub through and see how all of this comes together. Now, what I want to do is have, the film that I'm thinking about, or a little short clip example I'm thinking about is, what if we had where one guy jumps off of one of these cliffs, and as soon as they hit the water, we change it to be a different video. I think that might be kind of interesting. So we need to find a particular point where this would work. And notice that you can scrub through until you find a particular one. And so we'll go, I think it's around here somewhere. I think we'll go for, maybe we'll start here. And you can use the arrow keys to go through. So I will start right here. And if you press this key, this is the mark in key. And this allows us to start the in point for this video. You can also press I on your keyboard, I for in, and then I scrub forward to where I want. And if I hold down shift, it'll go down a little bit faster. So if I go here, and it would basically be like right here's where I want it to end on this scene. And I can press O, and that'll create an out point for this video. If I then go to clip and make subclip, this is then going to create a mini clip based on my overall footage. And so if you have lots of clips, this is a good way to sort of organize yourself. So I'd call this cliff jump. And I'm going to uncheck this box, restrict trims to subclip boundaries. What this means is if I bring it into my timeline, I can't extend before or after it. Sometimes I want to have that, but for right now, I'm going to uncheck this. And then I say, okay. And notice now it's only made a 5-second clip based on what I had here. And it ends right at where I cut it. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this interstellar clip. So I want this one. That's like right in here. I think we could start it anywhere. So again, I'd press I to start the endpoint, jump forward, and maybe end here with the out point. And then I can go to clip, make subclip, and call this landing. And now I've got my two clips organized together. What I then can do is to create a timeline. All I have to do is drag any clip and bring it onto my timeline here. And it'll automatically make it the same size as my original clip. And so if I do, you'll notice that it's made it the same name. So it's called cliff jump, and I have cliff jump over here. And that's a little strange. So I'd want to rename it. And I know this one is my sequence because of this icon here, which looks like a sequence with the little time mark. And this one has both the video clip and the audio clip. So I can click right inside here and call this compiled video. and that way it'll be a little bit easier to organize myself. And if I want to see the settings of my sequence, I can right click on the sequence itself and go to properties. And this is showing me it's 1280 by 720. And if I need to edit that, I can go to I can go to sequence settings, and I can change the frame size. I could change the frame rate, and you would want to change the video frame size up here. This is the preview down here, so you'd want to choose up here. So I'm going to bring in this landing, and I just put it right next to it. And it should snap because the little magnet is turned on here, the snap. If that's turned off, which is S, notice that it just sort of slides. If that's on, it'll snap right next to it. So now when we play this forward, then we get it to cut right into one another. So this is the basics of bringing in clips together, and we'll talk a little bit more about effects and resizing in the next video.